Hi folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, in the past I've talked a lot about kids fishing and how important I think it is. And I think right now about the kids tournaments that are coming up this year. And one of the things that I plan is to try to bring a really special kids tournament to this area for next year. I don't have it all in place right now, but it's something that really means a lot to me because fishing has played such a role in my life. And by discovering it as a kid, it helped me to grow into the person I am. And it's given me a way to live. And I want to do that for other kids. And I know the joy that fishing gives me. And it did when I was a kid. And I want to give this to other kids. And so I want to talk about this. You know, what I've noticed is with kids that are first getting into fishing, they don't know anything about it. I think it's really important not to force anything on them. Let them discover what they enjoy about it. It's going to be different probably for every kid. I've seen so many kids when we've had a tournament, they're standing there and we tell them what to do and then we watch to see if we can help them. And I'll see them lose interest in trying to catch some of those fish way out. And instead of being really interested in casting, they'll start looking right down at their feet next to the water, and they'll be fascinated by something that's going on right there. They might see frogs sticking their head out of the water or something. That seems to be a big part of what fishing can be for these kids. And I remembered, and I've talked about this so much, but when I was a kid, when I first discovered fishing, it wasn't that I discovered fishing. I was on my grandmother's dock, and I'm sure somebody was holding me because I was only 4 or 5 years old. But it was looking down into the water and seeing those tiny little panfish down there. For the first time in my life, it wasn't important to me to try to catch a big fish. At that point, what got my interest was seeing something in this other world and wondering wondering how I could relate with I don't know what I was wondering, how I could relate with these fish. And they weren't big. It wasn't about big fish at that time. It was about little fish and how by having a hook and a sinker, I guess, and a bobber, I could play with them. That's what I was essentially doing at this age, was playing with these fish. These became my friends down there. And it didn't matter what kind of fish it was. It could be anything, probably a bait fish that had grown into a certain size. But this is what I think kids' tournaments should do. They should give kids a chance to discover this world around them. I think that is so important. And not just discover that world around them, but discover themselves and who they are and what their role is going to be in that world. That world around them doesn't play much of a role in, I think, today's kids. They might see a pond or something outside or a tree, and it's just like a picture on the wall. It's not really a part of their world. And I think by getting kids into fishing, you give them a chance to enter this other world. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.